So today we'll be covering the topic data types in Python. So what are data types? Firstly, data type are basically those special classes that we use to store our variables. Suppose that we have some number like 1, 2, 3, and decimal numbers like 1.2, 1.3, and similarly we have some text. Okay, so these all have different data types. Okay, so now today we will be learning data types. So first data type is integer. Okay, that is called as int, and it stores integer values. Okay, so examples of this is -1, -2, 0, 1, and 2. Second one is float. Float basically stores decimal values. So example of decimal values can be what? 0.2 or like 0.3, 1.2 f. So f is this f is basically used to tell that this is a float number. So don't confuse with it. So it's also a float number, and float is used for data type float. Okay, so now we have string. So string data types basically stores text. Okay, so suppose that you have a text ATCG or something like welcome or welcome to read my course. So these texts are basically stored in string variables, string data types. Okay, and next is boolean. So boolean value basically stores true or false values. Okay, so true or false values. So its values can be either true or false. Is it clear, everyone? Now we will go one by one into this. So we'll practice code. So I am opening a folder here. Okay, so I'm naming it. I'm creating a file here. Integer example .py. So integer data types can store the value like 1, 2, -1, 2. So suppose that we have age. Age is equal to 2. So this is what? This is a integer. Similarly, income is equal to 45,000.3. So this is again a, so actually this is a float. So we will not, I will not give you the example of float here. So this is a integer. Similarly, length is equal to 100. This is again a, this is again a integer number, integer data type, and so when you run this program, so suppose that I am printing the variable age, and then I am printing the variable length. Okay, so run this program. So it is printing 2 and 100. Okay, so if you check the type of it, so if you have any type of data type, you can check the type of it in Python by using type, and then you need to pass here the variable and then click into it, and then run the program. It is telling class int. Okay, suppose that if you want to, and like in mathematics that you use addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, this is also allowed in case of integer. So suppose that if we have score 1 is equal to 200, and then we have score 2 is equal to 300, and if we want to combine these two results, scores, and stores its value into a result variable, then you can use here score 1 plus score 2. Okay, similarly you can use minus. So result is equal to, again, so first I am printing it, so print result, so it will give you the output 500. It is giving 500. Similarly you can subtract. So suppose that I am commenting this, and typing result is equal to score 1 minus score 2, and again I am printing the result here. So here I am printing the result, then run this program, you will get minus 100. Okay, is this clear everyone? Now we will be discussing the float data type. Okay, so I'm creating a file here, float example.py. Suppose that I have a variable I have a variable marks is equal to 35.6, and in this I'm running this program, so it is giving 35.6. Okay, and if you print the type of it, so print the type and then marks, it will print you float. Is this clear everyone? So this is the example of float. Similarly you can also use marks is equal to 34.6 f, and if you print this, it will give the output. Okay, so I think in Python 3 version you cannot do that. Okay, so you cannot do that. I think it has been discontinued. So now you can add the, so similarly in case of integer, the addition and subtraction can be done in case of float. So suppose that if we have marks1 is equal to 45.5, and marks 2 is equal to 34.6, and if you want to add this to equal to marks 1 plus marks 2, and if you print this, okay, then you will get 80.1. And if you want to check the data type of this added marks, it will be also the float data type. To check, run the program, type added marks, so it will give you float. Okay, similarly you can also use subtraction. So this is addition example. and this is so this is subtraction example. So suppose that we have, again we have marks 1 and marks 2. I'm just copying this. So we have marks 1 and marks 2, and if we want to get the subtracted marks is equal to marks 1 minus marks 2, and if you print subtracted marks, then you will get 10.8999, whatever the result it is. So, and if you will print type of subtracted marks, then you will get again the float. Okay. Similarly, you can also do the multiplication. So suppose that if we have marks 1 is equal to 10, and if you want to show result is equal to 3 star marks 1, and if we print result, then we will get, I am adding here zero point 0. So if you will not add here zero point 0, then it will be treated like an integer variable. So you need to provide here a 0 to tell that it is a float. Okay, so now run this, and I'm also typing here print type of result. So it will be float again. So suppose that if you want to perform addition between float and integer. Okay, so suppose that I am writing marks 1 is equal to 10 and marks 2 is equal to 10.6, and if you will use result is equal to marks 1 marks 2 plus marks 1, and if you print result, okay, then you will get 20.6, and if you print type of result, then you will get float. If you will add one float and one integer, so then the data type will be float. Result data type will be float. So now we will see the Boolean example. So Boolean values are what? Either true or false. Okay. So suppose that we have A is equal to 10 and B is equal to 20. Okay. And if we print, if we type here result is equal to A is equal to B. Okay. So it is basically a comparison operator. Okay. So what are operators? I will explain. So we are comparing. Suppose that to I'm just giving an example. A less than 6, 9. So I am typing like result is equal to A less than 9. So if A will be less than 9, then this result will be true. Otherwise, it will be false. So first print result. Okay, so A less than 9. Then print result. So it will give you what? False. It is giving you false. And if you will print type of result, then you will get what? Boolean. It is giving you what? Bool. Is this clear, everyone? So it's basically bool. So you can use here bool. So it's called as boolean. So that's why I write like this. So now, similarly, if suppose that we have, okay, so I have that we have two variables, marks 1 is equal to 10 and marks 2 is equal to 20. And if we are print, first we are getting result is equal to marks 1 greater than marks 2. So marks 1 has the value 10 and marks 2 has the value what? 20. Then this result will be what? False again. So now if you run this program, then it will give you false. Okay. So now if you type here type of result, then you will get bool again. Okay. So we have now we have boolean tables. So what are boolean table? I will explain. Okay, so first we need to for understanding the boolean table, first we need to read the operators. So first we will read the operator. First I am going to the string variable. So I have mentioned here string variables stores the text. Okay, so I am creating a file here, string example dot file. So string data types stores message text. Okay, so suppose that I have name is equal to read my course. Okay, and if you print name, then you will get read my course. But if you type print type of name, then it will give you str. Str is abbreviated form of string, so it is a string data type, and so it is giving you the class str. Okay, so like addition and subtraction that we performed in case of integer and float, the addition and subtraction is basically not allowed in case of a string, but we can use addition. So that is basically concatenation. So in case of in case of any programming language, when you add two strings, then it will give you the concatenated results. Okay, so suppose that if we have first name is equal to Anand and second name is equal to Kumar. Okay, so if you create a third variable here, name is equal to first name plus second name, and then if you print name, then it will give you Anand Kumar. But there here you can see that it is printing Anand Kumar. So first Anand was concatenated with Kumar. Okay, so this is the addition or concatenation of two strings. Is clear everyone? Similarly, we can use here you can see that if you want a space between Anand and Kumar, then we can use here first name plus then I'm just adding a space and then last sorry second name, or you can say here that last name. So if you run this program, then you will get Anand Kumar with space. Okay. Let's take example. So suppose that string with single single quote. Okay. So suppose that I am defining. So first I am commenting this whole code. Okay. So now I am defining here name is equal to read my course and print name. It is correct. There is no any issue. It will give you read my course. So again, it is a string. Triple quote example I have given. So suppose that if you want to use triple quote. So suppose that I am giving here name is equal to this. Again, it is correct. You will get Anand. And the role of triple quotes are basically triple quotes are used if you have if you want to add more than one line. So if you want to add more than one line in your string, then you can use the triple quotes. So suppose that string with more than one line. Suppose that I have name, so message is equal to welcome to read my, okay. And then if you want thanks. So if you print this, it will print welcome to read my course and then thanks. Welcome to read my course, and then it is printing what? Thanks. So it will print in the same format that you have written here. So here after welcome to read my course, you have a new line. So first it is printing welcome to read my course, and then it is printing a new line. After that it is printing the thanks message. So after thanks message, again you have a new line. So that's why it has created an extra new line. So if you use like it, then it will not add an extra new line. So it is printing here welcome to read my course. Now these are the so we will go deep into these data types, integer, float and boolean. So we will go into deep. So first I am just giving you the example of data types that are present in Python. So next we have, so we will go deep into the string part. So strings are used to record textual information. So suppose that strings are sequence of characters. So I think all of you have heard about arrays. Okay, so arrays and sequences are same. So sequences are basically the bundle of some values. Okay, so that's why it is called as sequences. Similarly, if you have a string, so suppose that if you have a string name is equal to read my course, then will calculate if you want to calculate the length of this message or this name, then you can use a len function. So if you have a array or if you have any sequences, then you can use a len function to determine the how many objects or how many values are present on that data types. Okay, so strings are basically a sequence. Strings are basically a sequence of characters. Okay, so if you are writing name is equal to read my course, and if you will call len of name, then you will get Okay, so I'm not printing here anything. So if we print this, then you will get the length of it. So length of it is what? Count the number of characters. So READ 4, and then 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So the length of this read my course is 12. That's why it is printing. So what is this is equivalent of, we have R as a character, and then have E, and then we will have A, okay, and then we will have D, then we will have M, then we will have Y. Similarly, similarly we will have COURSE. So this is equivalent of like this. Okay. So strings are what? Strings are arrays of characters. Okay. So if you want to get any character at any place, so you can also use that, because array has the property to get array has the property for indexing. Okay, so if you want to get any character at any place, then you can get. So how we perform that? So we can perform that. So we will see that in the next class. So if you have any doubt in today's class, so you can ask.